Let's learn more about what the Old Town School of Folk Music has to offer. All ages are invited to learn what begins as very basic tapping on authentic African drums. Then the rhythm takes on more emphasis.
Get your part. Second is listening to how the parts relate. So check out, one more better here is going to play the first part. I can play the second part and see how the music happens between them, okay? Let's go.
These are easy, fun lessons that produce more results than one can clearly see at first. This is quite a lesson in coordination, rhythm, and harmony. It really doesn't take long to feel at one with these instruments. Enough talk. Let's hear and see the talking drums in motion. Hi, and we're here with Taylor, who's a teacher. Can you tell us about this drum? What's the name of it?
The name of this drum is the djembe drum, and it hails from a part of West Africa that used to be where the Malian Empire was. Some of the countries that are around that area, and it's not to say that all these countries are included. Some of those countries are just parts of it that used to be the Malian Empire. As you know, Europe, Spain, Portugal, England, France, they all came down and set borders that had no regard to where the different tribes and ethnic groups were in Africa. So consequently, the borders that were drawn around Senegal and Ivory Coast and all the countries, they split ethnic groups a lot of times. So the Malian Empire is where generally Sierra Leone, Guinea, Ivory Coast, Mali, maybe the Gambia, maybe Sierra Leone, maybe Guinea, Liberia, in that general area, okay? And this drum comes from that empire, and it was said to have come into existence by way of the Numu caste of people, the blacksmiths in the Malinke ethnic group, about 1000 AD. And this drum is a solid piece of wood. This particular one is from Senegal, although I play drums from Guinea and Mali and the Ivory Coast as well. You have a goat skin on the top, you have a rope for tensioning, and you have the solid single piece of wood. You can see there's some decorative carvings on here.
Ornate, huh?
Yeah, exactly. You have a carving of a house here, maybe the center of the village. You have a carving.
Make sure we can see, everyone can see that.
Can you see that? Okay.
How long have you been learning this drum?
Since about 1994.
And how long teaching?
Teaching since almost that time, because I learned very, very quickly. I started on it, and it became my whole life. I started teaching actually before I wanted to, because people kept asking me, "Oh, teach me what you're doing." And I said, in the beginning, and I didn't know what I was doing, I was just playing, because I didn't learn tradition first. I had the drum in my hands, and I wasn't going to let anybody stop me from drumming, and I was just going. You know, I didn't know where I was going, but I knew I was moving. So people would say, "Show me that." And I'd say, "Okay, I'll show you this, but I don't know what it is, but I'll show you." Okay, and that's how I started.
You must have had some good mentors then. Did you have any particular instructor that helped you to learn this type of a foreign instrument?
Yes, yes. As a matter of fact, but my first teacher was this actual drum right here. Okay, this drum's named djembe yaya.
So the drum itself was a teacher?
The drum itself was my first teacher because I had no other teacher. All I had was the drum and a lot of inspiration to drum. Then after that, my first African teacher was Yaya Kabo from Senegal, and he teaches here at the school, at Old Town School of Folk Music with me. And then beyond that, I've grown to be students of master drummers Bemba Bengora, Famadou Konyate, Madu Dembele, Mamadi Keita, Mr. Michael Marcus from New York City. A lot of different influences. I've been to Guinea, West Africa several times to study and learning ballet styles, learning traditional styles, learning the difference, learning some dance, learning about these drums here. Would you like to know about these drums?
Yeah, what's the differences? Are there differences?
Yeah, what happens is in the djembe orchestra, you have several djembe accompaniments playing together. You have a lead djembe player, and those play on top of the dununs here. Dunun is a Malinke word, okay, that represents these set of 3 drums. Now, in Guinea, they have 3 dununs, okay? Maybe in Mali, they have 5 dununs, and maybe they have different names. So again, with all African areas, regions, you might have several languages, several ethnic groups. So it's hard to say that these are dununs no matter where you go. They may be called something different someplace else. From Guinea, they're called dununs, and this is a set of dununs. You have the dunun ba, the big dundun. You have the middle dunun, the songban, and you have the baby dunun, the kinkini. See, they have 3 notes, and together with those 3 notes, they have different parts, and they combine to make the melody that goes underneath the djembe parts.
Okay.
Okay? The lead djembe player gives signals to the dancer and plays with and off of the dancer, so that we have a dialogue between the lead djembe and the dancer, between the accompaniments in the lead djembe and the dununs and the dancers and the lead. It's all together.
Is it a different technique to learn than one instrument, one drum from the others?
Yes, there is. And in the classes I teach for djembe at the Old Town School of Folk Music, you learn necessarily this drum as well. However, I do teach classes elsewhere in Oak Park, where I'm based, on only dunun. Like a whole hour and a half only on dunun, because the dunun has bell patterns to it and specific parts and different variations that in a djembe class I can only show basic stuff. But I think it's important, if you're going to learn this drum, that you learn these drums as well, because this drum by itself is not representative of the music. This drum plus these drums really makes the music.
We've got the rhythm. Now let's get the motion. Idy teaches dance lessons by first coaching his students to perform singular motions. Remember, young and old are invited to participate. Note the toddler in the front, hanging with the best of us. I'm the one in the back of the class in black and white. Those same authentic African drums we saw earlier provide the most fitting accompaniment. It was gratifying, after only a few minutes of instruction, to see the formation of true African movements. Before long, beginners were looking like seasoned professionals. I believe this may be attributed to a good teacher. Wow, that was quite a workout. I had to stop before I started looking like someone else. Idy, how long have you been dancing?
Well, I've been dancing since I was 5 years old.
Now that's recreationally. Professionally, how long have you been dancing?
Well, professionally, when I was on my early 20s, that's when I'm taking to the professional dancing. So from now on, right here.
So the dance that we were just performing, which was a lot of fun, by the way, what region of Africa is that dance from? And can you explain to us what type of dance we were participating in?
Yes, the dance we did today, the dance is called Kuku. Kuku is a harvest dance from Guinea of West Africa. So it has, of course, after after the fields, the crops been done, everybody's enjoying. So, or doing while we're harvesting the millet, the peanuts. So, we're doing this dance in Guinea of West Africa. And it's also done in Mali and also in Senegal and Gambia. That's the West Africa region. That's where this dance been done, the Kuku dance, which means harvest dances.
We surprised ourselves by how far we had progressed over such a short period. Makes you wonder what a few classes would do for you, doesn't it?